Backed off. I really came to rant today, if I'm being completely honest. I don't even have my jacket on. Hold on. Everything inside of me, you take. Okay. Keytarius, the song scientist here. Hope all is well with you. Keytarius, the song scientist. And honestly, if I'm being totally real with y'all, I got a bone to pick with everybody. I got a rant to pick with everybody. I got a problem with all of y'all. I got a problem. And I'm gonna help you fix it, but I got a problem. And we got to fix it because music is in a funky place right now. I'm not really digging it. Y'all are not really digging it. Everybody's complaining about music, but we gotta fix it somehow, right? Okay. That is so cool. I love doing that. All right. Again, Keytarius is my name. I am the song scientist. Welcome to, if you're seeing this on YouTube or Instagram or wherever you're seeing it, welcome. I am a guy who makes music. Been making music for, oh gosh. I've been making music longer than it seems, maybe about 15 years now, and making it professionally for about 9. So, and I would say that's like on and off, and we'll get more into that as we go along. Anyway, what's today's topic? See, I got my duds on, my threads. Yeah, there you go. That is so cool. I just figured out today how to run my OBS the right way. Like literally, I know God told me to do this the right way because I didn't know. Okay, Darius, what you been doing? Where you been? What's been on your mind? What's been happening? What have you been doing? Why are you Keytarius? All of that. Why is this all happening? What is the culmination? Why are you doing stuff now? What is really going on? Honestly, it's to fix a fundamental problem. I've been recording a while, and I would say I've been recording a bit more heavily the last maybe about the last year. It's 26 now, so the last 2 years I've been recording and producing and engineering and editing and just being way more involved in the process than I used to be. And it dawned on me that it was very rare that an artist, and this is a rapper, singer, a producer, not necessarily so much with the producers, but a little bit. It was kind of uncanny to me that we never had anybody to like sit down, that ever asked me to get up and they could do what they needed to do on the computer or on the DAW in Logic, but everybody had an idea about what they wanted. So it got me thinking to myself, like when I look at a lot of the artists who I think make really great music, I think they struggle with productivity, but I don't think it's a thing of productivity from a standpoint of if the person is productive more so than actually having the tools to be productive. And I thought to myself, like, Darius, you're technically giving your business away. Like, no, I'm really not, because I'm a producer and I'm really a finisher. And this is how we get from A to, let me see, it's 26 letters in the alphabet. This is how we get from A to maybe like R. And I think many people are not even getting to C because of studio time and being rushed and being nervous and meeting new people and just all the things that come with working with a new engineer, working with just different characters, different studios. This person may not be into the type of music that you're into. They may not understand the sound you're going for, and it really can be difficult to build your sound on the clock, on the price. It is very difficult to do if the person you're working with doesn't understand that is what it is you're trying to do, right? So that is why I built this. This whole thing is called the Sound Lab. The whole thing is called a Sound Lab. Essentially, it's for you to be able to free yourself from studio time, free yourself from having to buy beats, free yourself from having to hire a podcast studio, just free yourself from being chained from being able to really output the way that you want to. We're always talking about putting out a song a month. We're always talking about creating covers, but nobody's really given the tools on how to do it. And I thought to myself, I'm going to fall on the sword and just show everybody how to do it, because I look at what y'all do for a living. I look at what y'all do during the day. I look at what y'all go to college for. I look at how smart y'all are in high school. This stuff is way easier than what y'all do on a regular basis. So I'm telling you, we're going to walk through all of these things step by step so you'll be able to see what it is. But That's what the Sound Lab is here for. This particular product, I guess it's not even, it's a bunch of products all together, or it's a system really more so together. And it just gives you a freedom is the best word I can think of. I would even say just a space to think. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to over process what it is you're doing. Another reason I built it, I don't want you to waste time. I wasted a lot of time. Some of it wasn't wasted, some of it was, but I've wasted a decent amount of time trying to learn this stuff. And it was for the sustenance of the music. It was never for me to get, that's not true. It was for me to get rich. Then one day God was like, that's not really what it's for. So now that I understand that, it's for the world and for the community of musicians, singers, writers to be able to output better music faster and in a freer space where you and your friend can get up on a Friday night and record a song and it be 80% done in a day or two. You never have to go to the studio. You don't have to call me to get a beat. You don't have to do any of that. You can do all of that, but it gives you a freedom as an artist to be able to truly create. And even if you're not sure if you're an artist, there's nothing like spending money to find out you're not something and it was a moment of time. It only took you 2-3 hours to do it. This particular system, you can spend $500, $600, $300, $350 on a low end, all the way up to really whatever you want, and be able to truly fine tune and test and figure out what it is you're able to do from a musical standpoint. It's way better than going to the studio. I shout out to everybody that got a studio. I got a studio. I think you should still go to the studio. You should go to the studio after you've written a song, after you know what your sound is, after you know what direction you want to go. That's when you should go to the studio, because the studio looks good on video. So you need to be able to have video and cameras and all that kind of stuff, interviews, whatever the case may be. We'll get into all of that because that's more on the creative direction side. So what I'm saying is the Sound Lab and Songmaker in particular, it frees you from all the expensive stuff. Studio time is crazy expensive and hard to find. It's hard. You know how hard it is to find a good engineer? And so many times I work with a lot of artists and I'm going to train all of them to record themselves because I know for a fact that you can get a better vocal by yourself. I won't even say better. You'll get a more honest vocal by yourself or in the comfort of your own home as opposed to what you would get if you were somewhere else. It's just the nature of the game. Like I don't know why it's like this, but that's absolutely what it is. I want to switch the screen too. Man, that is so cool. Okay, so a vocal by yourself it just happens. It's something psychological about knowing that whatever money I already spent, whatever time I'm spending right now, and I just want to get something that really is going to last. And if I need to do it again, I can just hit the space bar, press the R button again, and I have the ability to do it again. No one's around to judge me. I'm judging myself, really. I'm my harshest critic at that point, and really at that point, I could be my biggest cheerleader. So all of it builds your confidence, it builds your skill set. Everybody's always talking about how can they practice, how can they record more covers. You need to be on the mic as much as humanly possible. Like if you haven't written 50 songs, that's your first goal is to write 50 songs, put out the best 20. I'm being real with you. This is all stuff that I did wrong. I'm in my 30s. If somebody would have told me this when I was 23, I don't know if I would have listened, but it would have been good advice. Put this music out, but you need to write a lot so you can know what is better than the other stuff. Some of the stuff is going to be a dud. Some of it's going to be great. Some of it you'll be able to combine all of it together. But if you have to spend $500 every time you have a songwriting idea, you're going to bomb after a while unless you really are a trust fund baby. You got that money sitting down or you got it sitting around like that. If you don't have it, this is what you need to be doing. You need to figure out how to get a MacBook. Darius, well, I don't know what to even start. I don't even know where to start. Okay, cool. Check on Chousewave.com. There's a PDF. It's a music production studio checklist. It's free. It has links in it. It has descriptions of everything you need. You might have some of this stuff already. You might not have any of it. Well, Darius, I don't have $2,000. I got it for under $500 all the way up to maybe like $1,500 to $200 to $2,000, something around there. So there's budget spaces for everybody else. And truthfully speaking, I said I was gonna do this online. Let's see if I can do it. If you really need a MacBook, if you're really strapped for money, because I feel in my shondo, somebody's like, well, no, you don't understand how much money I don't have. Cool, why am I not logged in? We're on Facebook Marketplace. As you see, all I do is look at music gear. Okay, we're gonna look for a MacBook. I'm gonna show you. You do not have to spend $1,000. And I'm saying this on purpose. If you really wanna get in the game, you really want to be able to record and you don't have the money, if the money is the only thing that's holding you up, you got to figure out something to be able to do, because you only have to buy this stuff once or twice every 4 or 5 years. Meaning, I bought this mic that I'm using right now in 2018. The stand was bought in 2018. The computer was bought in 2023. These monitors, I bought them in 2016. This interface was bought in 2024. Hard drive last year. Cables, I have no idea. Keyboards, 2016, and this one was in 2021. So this stuff is, I've had a lot of this gear. That keyboard back there is pretty old. The Casio is pretty old. That bass I have, I've had since 2016. The guitar I've had since 2021. It's all, I haven't bought any new gear, I don't think, in 2026. I don't think. I can't type. Boom, here it is. Ugh, what you talking about? Right here. Boom, get that guy. That's what you need. But again, let's just, for the sake of the argument, you got $300, $325. Let's say give me $350 just to round it off. MacBook. This is just in Nashville, and if you know about Nashville, you know the prices in Nashville are taxing. Let's look at this. $150. This is I wouldn't necessarily buy this because it's relatively old, but I mean, again, left speaker has static, so it's best to use headphones or aux. Easy fix. Use headphones. Battery does not last long, so keep it plugged in. So as long as you don't need to go anywhere, this computer works. This is a good desktop. It's $150. This is what I'm talking about. $145. It's been up here for 3 weeks. If you need a MacBook, I mean you need a MacBook, like you need one. You really want to record that bad and you really need one? $150, $145. Okay, so I got $200 left. Let's say you don't have a pair of headphones, you don't have a mic. Let's even go USB mic. This is all used stuff. Again, I live in Nashville. Nashville, everything is high as gas was about 3 months ago. So I'm telling you, this stuff is on the higher end. You can get all this stuff cheaper in other cities. Okay, so we got $145, $150 on the MacBook. Where is it at? Let me go back to that because I want to be able to show all of them together. Boom. $150 on the MacBook. So I got $200 left. Boom. USB mic. $50. Inbox. Brand new inbox. Never used. I'm telling you. $145 plus I will just round up to $200. I got $150 left for headphones. Essentially, I don't even have to spend that much on it. I can get a pair of headphones for $20. And I wouldn't even buy used headphones. Not off of here. Used headphones, you don't know if people have dropped them and they fell off the back of a truck. So let's say, let's go Amazon. Let's just go for a pair of headphones. We're gonna say studio headphones. $27. So again, 50. Let's just round it up to 30. I buy these. I mean, it's headphones. You don't have a pair. You need to get in the game. Over the ear. I would maybe even look at the reviews. No, the reviews look good. 28, 50, it's 80. 150 that's 230. Let's just keep going. Why not? External hard drive. Cause what's my total right now? 20, 80, 230. I said I had 350. I might buy a used hard drive. It would depend on the brand, but for sure, if I was gonna buy one of these, because it's a hard drive, it'll be a little more durable. And if you don't have one, you need to get one until you can get a new one. So, and you know what? I might even buy a new hard drive if I'm buying external hard drive. I might even get me a new guy, or gal. Pause. Let's just go up to $80 because I had. What was I at? 80. I'm at 230. I got $120 left. Me personally, whichever one of these hard drives, I would say 4 stars and up. Probably that. One of those two. I haven't heard any of these brands. So I don't know. I would look through the reviews to see if anybody had any crashes, but I would for sure. No, let me find something, because I said I was gonna find something. What would I actually buy if I was up here? Let me see. Probably that one. Yep. So MacBook, external, mic, and I had Mac, mic, it's 2, external, 270, headphones, $30, $300. So it's not a, and I'm telling you, what I'm using right now, it's gonna sound relatively close to what I'm using right now. I'm using stuff that costs a little bit more money. It just has more inputs and more ability to do things. It's not necessarily better or worse. So I'm telling you, this is where we're missing out with all of this.